Behold, the sport of kings!
Hi, this is Sandra Sadowski of Medievalist.net, and today we're at Medieval Times here in Toronto, and we're talking to Sean Delaney, the head knight of the Toronto Medieval Times, and I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about what you do, and so I'll start off by asking how you got into this and how long you've been doing it.
Well, it wasn't so much desire to perform specifically for Medieval Times, so much as I was looking for something at the time to broaden my acting resume. I went to University for Theatre. I've been doing martial arts and studying martial arts my whole life, so this seemed like a unique niche, and I came down and I applied out as a squire, and I was examined physically and deemed worthy to be a knight candidate, and then I became a knight, and then a senior knight, then the assistant knight, and then a knight since then.
So how long was that process from going from squire to head knight now?
Well, squire to head knight, that was probably about 3.5 years. From squire to knight, that itself was about 6 to 7 months. And it varies from individual to individual. It all sort of depends on how fast they pick up certain skills that we do here in the show. For myself, I had an easy time with the fight choreography because of my background.
Right.
But I had a very difficult time with learning the horse skill part of performing the show. Not only are we expected to fight and to stunt and to roll, but we also have to be able to have command of our horse, because that's what makes us look the parts and makes us look like a knight. Otherwise, we're just 7 guys down there playing swords.
So when someone's coming in and you're looking at someone who comes in and says, you know, I want to start off and do this and become a knight, and what kind of skill do they have to have coming in here? Do they have to have the mixed martial arts type thing? Do they have to be horsemen? Do they have to, or is that all kind of?
No, they don't necessarily have to. I mean, any of those previous experience will be a benefit for them. Previous horse experience, previous martial arts training, previous theater training, all of that will be an advantage. But it entirely depends on the individual. We've had people out there who have no experience in any of those areas, and they've turned out to excel here. So typically what they need is a good work ethic, and they need to be physically fit.
Yeah. And so can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing here just prior to the show?
Just prior to the show here, what we're doing is we're reviewing the fight choreography for tonight's performance. Certain nights, the senior nights like myself and Dan and Damien and Andy there, we perform all the fights within the show. But before every show, before every performance, we review exactly what we'll be doing that night in that performance.
Yeah, very physically intensive, as you can see, and dangerous. I just wanted to ask you, given the danger and everything, what's your favorite part of what you do for a living?
The favorite part of what I do for a living is probably interacting with the audience. I really enjoy interacting with the kids in the audience, smiling, waving, making faces at them, because they have a blast. And I like doing what I do. I like riding around on the horses and competing in games. I mean, I get to play games for a living, essentially. And then I get to pretend to fight my friends for a living. And jump and roll around. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
No problem.
We're going to enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here with Michael. He's the show manager here at Medieval Times here in Toronto, and thank you again for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Tell us about the experience you're going to see here tonight.
Well, you're going to be teleported back to the 11th century Spain, so to speak. You're going to see a bunch of knights, pretty authentic in their appearance and with their weapons, performing in a tournament for a king and a princess, and for about, I'd say tonight, about 700 individuals who come down to see us.
This show is almost seen like every day. How do you guys keep it fresh?
well, it's a fantastic thing to do every day. Having this sort of a job, I mean, being transported, like I said, being transported back into the 11th century is pretty, it's a fantasy for everybody.
Yeah.
So for us, it's just it's a great job, and it's a a way to be have a little fun, be somebody else, and be better not to than the kind of Arthurian legend type guys, So that's how we keep it fresh. I mean, the show is structured in a sense that we riding horses is it's a hard thing to do. We're always learning. We're trained a lot from the start, but it's an ongoing training. So I mean, so every show something new happens, and it keeps us fresh.
There's, I guess, there's a bit of an educational aspect as well as an entertainment aspect. How do you kind of balance the two out?
It's actually easier than you'd think because we're a period show. We're able to just incorporate educational facts and whatnot into the show rather easily. We talk about weapons and how they were used, and you see us actually perform with the weapons. And our weapons are pretty close to authentic. The only thing we change really is a couple of little things for sparks and whatnot in the metals. But I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, same weight. The way we speak, at least in our interpretation, is very close to what it would be. The dialogue itself, the horsemanship, we involve a falcon in the show. All these things, relate right back to some of the curriculums that the kids are using now in their studies in it's grade 4, grade 6, at least here where we're at.
Well, it looks like everyone's getting set up. And it looks like it's going to be a great show. And just thanks for having us here at Medieval Times.
Thanks again. Thanks for being here. I hope we dazzle you tonight, as they would say.
Black, red, white.